It's just the wind will never be the way that they used to be. And it never happens. So I just try and work as hard as I can to retain as much.
So it's culture retention. That's all we're trying to do right now. Just trying to hold on to any bit of our culture that we can discover, rediscover it.
But I never want to forget it. I don't think that this country will ever really heal itself until it answers the question of what it did to its indigenous people.
1961 Hebrew Strong Concordance for I am. God's name.
Wasn't enough for many hawkish political and military leaders. Nothing short of total annihilation of the American Indian was acceptable in their eyes. Colonel John Chivington, known as the Fighting Parson and head of the 1st Colorado Cavalry, told a gathering of church deacons, "It is simply not possible for Indians to obey or understand a treaty. The killing is the only way we will ever have peace and quiet." Later that same year, he led 700 soldiers on a surprise raid against a peaceful band of Cheyenne who were camped along Colorado's Sand Creek. Just before the dawn attack, he told his men, "Kill them all, sugar as well. Nits make lice." 400 people, mostly women, children, and elders, were murdered that day as an American flag and a white flag of peace flew high over the camp's tallest teepee. As tribe after tribe was successfully depopulated, demoralized, and imprisoned on reservations. Political winds shifted and extermination began to fall out of favor. Assimilation became a
That's what we in now. We assimilated. Come on, you. I'm American. Come on now. We're assimilated.
The centerpiece of this plan was the Indian boarding school system designed by former Indian fighter.
Kill the Indian, kill the man.
His motto, "Kill the Indian, save the man," was the central philosophy which destroyed Indian
miseducated
societies by sexually violating
They turned your morals upside down.
Which destroyed
you unrighteous
societies by sexually violating and brainwashing generations of Indian children into believing that their language, culture, clothing, and their very identity was evil. In actuality, the effect of the boarding schools was far more devastating and far-reaching than its creators ever conceived. It is now recognized
Same thing happened in Hawaii, Kamehameha schools.
Has affected multiple generations of Indian people with such symptoms as alcoholism, drug abuse, incest, sexual abuse, and other major dysfunctions. Almost every Indian person alive today, no matter how successful, carries the residual psychological scars of yesterday and must grapple with the question, when it's all over, will I be Indian or white? I grew up with the signs of I'm non-American. Today in America, nobody knows what it is. So that doesn't make me American Indian. So I'm a non-Indian, or I'm a non-American. Today in America, nobody knows what America is, so nobody knows what Indian means. So the only Indian that was defined by Congress is primitive or North American Indian. But then what is primitive? Anything that goes by itself is primitive, but when they put a fence around it, it's not primitive anymore. So then what is Indian? Now if the Congress changes tune to what is Indian to who is Indian, so only half will be regarded as Indian. So American Indian cannot be defined as a nation. So American Indian, as long as we're labeled American Indian will be never be recognized as a nation. So I think there's another way to look at that whole issue of what is Indian, what the word, but what we call ourselves. It's ambiguous. in God, that the people that we encountered were godlike, were very pure.
Yeah,
and
that a lot of us were Israelites. A lot of the rest converted to following the Creator.
And so many of us have died over the name Indian. That is, we earned it. And we've earned that name with our blood. I find the word Native American offensive to me. It's like this hatred and hostility about American Indians in our own country are so prevalent that many people who left the reservations, Native people who left the reservations, hid their tribal identity so that they could be accepted by a good predominant society.
Just like all them guys who grew up in the hood. They go and they move on up, they do better, bigger, better things. They don't even say they're from the hood sometimes. They're afraid of it, ashamed of it.
The urban Indians oftentimes...
In this case, they did it for the money, the benefits. And for the shame.
They didn't take the time or the effort for it. As one Indian said, what's it worth to be an Indian? In the 1950s, the federal government instituted yet another new Indian policy known as termination.
Termination.
The purpose of this policy? To eliminate tribal governments and tribal lands, along with any vested...
That's why they want to make Hawaii a tribe, so that they can later on terminate the tribe. We don't know. They're smart. We gotta remember.
Campaign which offered training, jobs, and a part of the American dream to any Indian who would leave the reservation and move to the city.
So they made it all nice. Oh, come on here, it's going to be so beautiful. And you end up by yourself, lonely, isolated.
And further disintegration of their culture and identity. And so this policy became one more chapter of the American Holocaust. The relocation is not a dead policy of the distant past. It is an active policy of the present day. By order of the U.S. government, more than 12,000 Navajo people have been forced in the last 25 years to move from their traditional homelands on Big Mountain in Arizona to be resettled one more time on land that nobody wants. Contaminated desert bottomlands of the Rio Puerto, downstream from the largest radiation spill in American history. The reason for relocation this time? The discovery of one of the largest coal deposits ever found in America. The most recent law which strengthened and accelerated this forced removal was introduced by Senator John McCain and signed into law in 1998. So we're up together. Let's go 5 minutes and see what's the right way. To break it up, make a move. And we are strong. But we're so far apart from one another, make a move. And we are strong. But we're just so far apart from one another and can't come together on the issue. Just assume go their way and say, oh, you take care of it. Cut out. Where is that tradition? What's that tradition from? It's from Europe. So being good white people would not do that. But we're not being what our ancestors were. This world loses 6 million Jewish people. And the world feels sorry. The world loses 50 million indigenous people in this continent. And the world doesn't care. And I say that with a great deal of sadness because a lot of the time the Holocaust is perpetuated by our own. It's not necessarily
to be outsiders. I mean, we've learned our lesson as well. We've learned how to be divisive. We've learned how to take the tools of colonization and use them on ourselves. And we've done that very well.
The Holocaust goes on today. People are dying all over the world. There are drownings all over the world fighting for their people. And dying fast.
All I know is all these years is what Western civilization has tried to do to indigenous people that we still endure.
I'm proud of my people, and I'm proud of who I am, and what they did and what they stood for.
Alright, that was deep. So, I'm about to finish this off, so just pull these things up real quick. Alright, so I had a lot of important things that they said in there, but I mean, they all covered already what I covered about the nuclear weapon, putting you in nuclear irradiated sites, moving you to steal your resources, trying to make you a tribe so they can terminate your tribe by offering people in your tribe fancy packets for going into the rest of the world. So this right here, this is a book by Robert C. Smith and Eleanor Nordic. It covers the epidemics of 1848 to 1849 in Hawaii, where there was measles, whooping cough, dysentery, influenza, rage across the kingdom. An estimated 10,000 people died. So this is in this 1 year, 10,000 people died. And it goes on and shows everything. This book, and then you come over here. This happened in 1899. This is the bubonic plague. So the bubonic plague hit Hawaii. So if you look in history, the Dutch and French talk about how all them and the other Europeans used to create bioweapons to decimate the natives so that they could come in and take it over. This right here is a book by James K. Cater. It's in 1985. Talks about the bubonic plague. And it talks about how when these plagues hit, all the missionaries would tell the people not to take the medicine, just pray to God. And all of them just died. They just kept dying for 100 years. They just killed our people, and my people gravitated towards Christianity because we had an ancient religion called Huna, which was the Bible. See, what happened was during the time of Antiochus, we got conquered and we had made to change our religion, and whatever was saved had been manipulated or whatever through the whole process. So what we have is just a little bit, but it mirrors the Bible. And you can say that Hawaiians are Afro-Asiatic, so it all just comes into perspective. And you know that they went to South America and traded with the Andes people. They got sweet potatoes and they would give chicken. So they were one of the best sailors in the world, so, with 100-foot canoes. Double canoe with sails and everything, and houses and everything. So This right here, just can check it up. Hawaiian Etymological Society. It's the proceedings. You can look all this stuff from 1985. So basically, you're the Native American. They've been lying to you for commerce and for a whole bunch of other stuff. Especially you Israelite, who are the ones that's supposed to bring this information to light and bring people back to the Creator. Because today's age, we live doing all kind of debaucheries, all the heathenist things under the sun, and we get rewarded for it. Like, yeah, I know back in the days, man, I used to get so much women. It's like, I was like, yeah, that's the thing. I did all kind of crazy shit, man. Everything under the sun shouldn't even be out. But I got lucky. I woke up and I just tried to distance myself from everything. And try to better myself. But see, we believe that we create that world for us. But that world was created for us and we were placed in it. Plymouth, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. We're Native Americans and they set up systems so that we fail. We're in caste systems and we're on the bottom. We're being marginalized. Dumb diverses. 1452. Subjugate. Come on. The Christopher Columbus, Columbina, Seville, to the Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, saying that he took him less than 8 months to conquer the Holy Lands and Mount Zion in America. We're the ones that had our history written from us. You go to Rome, they never lose their history. They tell you they never used crosses. They had crux, like a Y that they would hang them. They would cut them in half. And they hang each side upside down, whatever, the other side of their feet. Everything that they tell us is a lie, man. Jesus was Serapis Christus, who was created by Ptolemy, who was taken from the Egyptian pantheon. He's the god of war. He's Ares. He's Christus, Kratos. The creator. That's not the one the creator sent to save us. What did he do to save us? We still sinning, we're still doing everything on the stone, we're still killing everybody. Everything people say today is directly against the Creator's words in the Old Testament. We gotta get back to the Creator and clean yourself, man. Cleanse your spirit, your soul, man. Stop doing evil, do good, help people. Fix something, get off your ass, do something. Try to plan for the future, do something. We cannot, we gotta get together, we gotta create, do something. Find your stitch in life. Alright, I want to give a shout out to Lex Will, Keep Drop Radio, let us find the truth, keep bringing the information. Haram Art, get it. Alright, guys. Peace out.